Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday today. Yesterday I had a ton of hats on, so I was not able to come live, but I've been doing lots of pop-ups, so that seems to be working for me, and hopefully it works for you as well. Again, if you're watching this live, hashtag live. If you're watching it on replay, hashtag replay, because it just helps with algorithms and more people within the group could see it. So today I am talking about Claire, and I'm not talking the Breakfast Club. Hey, Galen. Although I do love that movie. It is so great, and my daughters are loving the Breakfast Club too, which is super fun. But I am not talking Claire from the Breakfast Club. I am talking the Clairs, which are your psychic gifts. And as empaths, we have, everybody has psychic gifts, right? And it's about learning how to hone into it, do your healing work so that those gifts can come through. And so there are, as empaths, we have these super porous energy fields. We are, we have little like energetic octopus fingers that flow out, and so of our energy field to to one, help people heal, and sometimes rescue, which we don't want to do that with our little energetic tentacles. But what happens is, as you do your healing work, as you really kind of become more and more aware that you are an empath, and you become a like an enlightened one or an empowered one, or you're doing your healing work, a lot of these gifts, along with just feeling other people's feelings, are the Clairs. And so I want to go over them with you all. So again, when you start to kind of clear out your emotional gunk and you do your healing, you do become more spiritually aligned with your higher self. And so you're going to find that maybe one or two of these Clairs are really fine-tuned and really heightened, and they are enhancing your empathic abilities. And so the first one that I wanted to talk about is clairvoyance. So first of all, Claire means clear in French. And so clairvoyance, which a lot of us have heard about, is clear seeing, okay? This is all about the third eye energy center and intuition. It is, and actually I just learned this fun fact. I'm just like checking out my hair right now. I just learned this fun fact listening to another one of the speakers on that Creative Empath Summit. So if you have not registered, I believe today is actually the last day that you could register for it. And their speakers are amazing. And I'm kind of like, oh my God, like I'm totally in this group with these amazing speakers. So one of the speakers I was listening to this morning was talking about clairvoyance as well. But it was funny because I was like, oh, today I'm talking about these. Synchronicity. But the clairvoyant is that third eye energy center, which is connected to your pineal gland. And apparently there is like a light disc in that pineal gland that actually kind of comes down through the universe and helps you have clear sight and intuition. So I just thought that was interesting that there was this optic piece, which obviously is the vision, but that there is, hey Kim, that there is actually this optic thing within your pineal gland that actually helps you have that enhanced intuition. And so with clear seeing, which is what clairvoyance is, means it is that intuition. It's having that ability to see images or symbols or colors or light, or if you see pictures in your mind or stories in your mind, and it's very visual. And it's also about learning how to decode those images and symbols that you see. So I would love actually to hear from you all, and just like intuitively knowing like which one of these gifts do you have? Because we, like I said earlier, we're spiritual beings living in our human body, and when we start to heal our stuff, these gifts start to come out. So let me know, are you as we go through this, or in the comments or whatever. So that is clairvoyance. The second one is clairaudience, okay? That is clear hearing. So you're able to hear beyond what the everyday sounds are. So messages may come to you in song, or you might hear a word, or you may hear like an ancestor of yours or somebody who has passed on give you a message. And so you are tuned in through sound. You're also sensitive to, more sensitive to like noise and types of music. And so it's about learning how your higher self is speaking to you through words and sounds and tones. So my strongest is clairvoyance and clairsentience, and also intuition. I've got a few of them, but it's not clairaudience. But when after Jack died, like I heard him loud and clear, and there have been a few times in my life where I actually have heard something where I was just like, okay, I got it. So you're not going crazy. You are more fine-tuned through your sense of hearing. And that's also connected to your throat energy center, which is, when you even go to a doctor, like your ear, nose, throat, right? And so if you have a lot of, like if you get sore throats often, or strep throat, or have throat issues, a lot of times it is connected to basically your clairaudience, and that it's not, that you need to do some healing work in those, in that energy center. So that is clairaudience. So let me know if you feel like you're clairaudio. The third one is clairsentience, and that is clear feeling. And that is the ability to feel energy. Oh, hold on. I just had a dog move my little stand. 100 pounds. So you have the ability to feel energy and to feel feelings clearly. Okay. So those feelings can be emotions. They could be thoughts. They can be pain. They could be other people's. And honestly, a lot of what we are feeling is other people's energy and other people's feelings and thoughts and pain. And again, learning how to create stronger boundaries for your energy field to not absorb that is key for us. The other thing that we can really pick up very clearly is the energy of ghosts. Yes, ghosts, or energies that are still stuck here in houses, or furniture, or the land. I grew up in a haunted house, so I have a very keen ability to know where I am sleeping and where I am not sleeping. And so, because they definitely come and bother me if I could literally walk in a house and be like, nope, not staying here. And so, because if I do, they come and bother me, and they're like, hey, you. Yeah, I'm not surprised that's you too, Galen. I mean, I've known you since 10, so I'm sure you also felt all the energy that was in my house. But it was, they will literally, because of my sensitivity, they're like, oh, she could help us, so let's bother her, And so I just have a very clear sentience of I ain't sleeping here. And I'll tell them, I'll like wrap myself up in light and I'll say, don't bother me if I have to, you know, be able to, like if I have to sleep someplace, and I'm usually up all night because I don't want them to bother me. So that is clairsentience. And the last one is claircognizance. And this is, you know, this and intuition are pretty interchangeable in my mind, and that's clear knowing. And that is just, you don't know how you know it, you just know it. And that's it, you know? And so with intuition, you know, I get this question asked a lot, like, how do I know it's intuition and not like fear stopping me? And I share with my clients, like, the number one way to determine if it's intuition or if it is fear is if there is emotion attached to it. So if you have like a feeling that you're like, maybe this is intuition, it's probably not, because one, you're second guessing it. And two, if there's any sort of emotion, whether it's fear or anger or sadness or whatever, if it has any emotion tied to it, it's not intuition. So intuition is simple. It is just a clear knowing, and there's no emotion attached to it. And it's literally just almost like this whisper of like, or, you know, a sense, you know, of like, okay, I don't know how I know it, I just know it. And that's it. So no emotion, and it's just no emotion, and it's just a knowing that you don't know. So that is what I wanted to share with you all today, short and sweet. And I wanted to let you know that there are 3 spots left for the retreat. It is going to be super awesome. We are going to be doing some yummy healing work. We are going to be learning more about the clairs and the energy centers and your Akashic records, and why your soul chose to be you in this lifetime, and what is it that you need to learn about your purpose, right? And as empaths, we are the natural healers of the world, and not all of us are going to be in a healing profession, but it's like, how can we use our gifts in the role, like in our career? Because, you know, I always say, like, spoiler alert, your purpose isn't about your job. It's about your purpose of like your soul, and what is it that your soul signed up for, and what is it that your soul needs from you in order to grow and learn. So we are finding out all about that. And I've got yoga. I've got a regular yoga and a restorative yin yoga, and nature walks and yummy food and lots of downtime so that you could actually rest and retreat. So if you are interested, all the information is pinned to the top of this group page. And if you have any questions or you want to like chat more about it, just hit me up in the DMs, and I will talk with you about it and tell you all the yumminess. So that is it for today. I will see you on the flip side, and don't forget to let me know if your strongest senses, and you could have more than one like me, you know, clairaudible, clairvoyant, clairsentient, or precognitive intuitive. So let me know. Oh, also, little fun ones are like, some people are clairsalient, which is like they'll smell things. So like, if you've ever been to a medium and they're like, oh, all of a sudden I smell roses, or I smell like a cigar. Like that's happened to me in some haunted places where I'm just like, okay, I smell cigarette smoke, or I smell a cigar, and there's nobody smoking. And then there's like like gustatory, which is like tasting something. So funny story, when I was traveling, and I would love to hear from you if this happens with you too. When I travel, those clairs get heightened because it is very instinctual as well. And so if you're in unfamiliar territory, your instincts, your feelers are going to expand farther out. And so my great girlfriend slash soul sister was calling me the Oracle when we were traveling like 20 years ago through Asia. And I remember being in Ho Chi Minh City, and we were staying at a hostel, and I wasn't sure about the hostel. And then all of a sudden I felt my Italian grandmother, and I smelled her meatballs so strongly. And I was like, oh, we're good. We could totally stay here. My grandma is like okaying this spot. And so it was really funny. It doesn't happen to me very often, but it was definitely a really great validation to smell her meatballs. And then I was like, oh. And there were no meatballs being made in Ho Chi Minh City. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I would love to not only hear about which ones are your strongest senses, but also I want to hear about the experiences. So like, let's talk about it in the comments and let me know your experiences, because how fun is this? All right. Mwah. I love you all. I will see you on the flip side. And once again, we are having the retreat. We as in me and my people that have signed up, and it's September 21st to the 24th. Yeah, Galen, it was a really awesome experience. Okay. Mwah. Bye.